Toxic contamination is affecting communities across the United States, from polluted water supplies near military bases to neighborhoods poisoned by toxic ash. Families are facing devastating health issues, and communities are demanding accountability. These communities aren't staying silent. They're fighting back by organizing lawsuits, raising awareness, and pushing for change. Here are some contaminated areas where clients of the Downs Law Group are currently residing and seeking justice today. West Coconut Grove in Miami, Florida. The case of Old Smoky. West Coconut Grove still feels the legacy of Old Smoky, a municipal incinerator that burned trash and released toxic chemicals into the air for nearly 50 years. From the 1920s to the 1970s, Old Smoky spewed dioxins and arsenic into nearby schools, homes, and playgrounds. Now, decades later, residents are facing serious health issues like cancer and respiratory disease. The community has come together to file a class action lawsuit against the city of Miami, seeking justice and medical monitoring for those affected. This lawsuit is active, and the Downs Law Group is currently accepting new clients to join. Wurtsmith Air Force Base, Michigan. A case of residential PFAS contamination. Wurtsmith Air Force Base in Michigan was decommissioned in 1993, but the damage remains. The base left behind a toxic legacy of PFAS contamination in the groundwater, threatening the health of nearby communities. Despite decades of remediation efforts, the contamination persists. The impact on local residents and the environment has been devastating, with many people experiencing severe health conditions, including cancer linked to the exposure. The Downs Law Group is helping affected communities seek justice through legal action, including class action and mass tort lawsuits to hold the manufacturers of these chemicals accountable. George Air Force Base, California. The case of radioactive waste and PFAS. George Air Force Base in California was a key military training site, but it left behind a toxic mix of radioactive waste, solvents, and PFAS contamination. Many veterans and families who lived on the base have developed related cancers, hypothyroidism, and ulcerative colitis. Despite the base being declared a Superfund site in 1990, cleanup efforts have been slow and inadequate. The Downs Law Group represents victims of toxic contamination at sites like George Air Force Base, fighting to secure compensation and long overdue accountability. KI. Sawyer Air Force Base, Michigan. A case fighting for justice. KI. Sawyer Air Force Base in Michigan is an EPA Superfund site due to its PFAS contamination, which came from firefighting foam used during training exercises. The base's toxic runoff polluted local water supplies, exposing residents to health risks like cancer and thyroid disease. The community has organized town halls and legal actions to address the contamination, with veterans and their families joining together to demand justice. Veterans and their families are taking action, filing lawsuits against PFAS manufacturers and demanding government accountability. Fort Ord, California. The case of contaminated military housing. Fort Ord, a decommissioned military base in California, has also been identified as a Superfund site due to widespread contamination, including PFAS in its water supply. Soldiers, veterans, and their families who lived and worked on the base were exposed to dangerous chemicals over decades. Residents are filing mass tort and personal injury lawsuits, not only to seek compensation, but also to demand environmental reforms and improved safety regulations. When a community faces toxic contamination, the legal options available can help residents seek justice and compensation for their health issues and property damage. Here are the main types of legal actions communities can pursue. Class action lawsuits. When an entire community is affected, class actions allow victims to sue as one entity. Mass tort lawsuits. Each case is treated individually, but grouped together for efficiency. Personal injury lawsuits. Individuals can seek compensation for health issues, medical expenses, and pain and suffering. From West Coconut Grove to George Air Force Base, these communities are proving that fighting back works. The Downs Law Group stands with these communities and others in their fight for justice. Lawsuits aren't just about seeking compensation. They're about making systemic changes to create a safer world for everyone. By holding polluters accountable and advocating for PFAS-free environments, we can help ensure that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. We offer free case reviews, and you never pay if we don't win your case. Call 30-5444-8226 or visit downslawgroup.com to speak with us today.